Francesco Abbruzzino, and I'm coming to you live and unedited with a rogue rant on a county issue, actually a city of Sarasota issue. And it's their Sarasota Police Chief Bernadette DiPino, the first female chief of the Sarasota Police Department, have plenty of warning about the problems that were looming with her agency's accreditation status. Did she choose to ignore the warnings, as some ex-employees are saying? If so, why did she? You see, accreditation is not required by agencies, but it does provide accountability and standards by which operations can be measured. It can also play a role in the grant selection and insurance discounts, which is why surrounding police forces and the sheriff's office are accredited. However, DiPino says that they will not be impacted by these issues, and they'll continue to get great insurance rates and the grants. She believed that they were totally within compliance. Look, the new accreditation manager found 16 mandatory standards and 11 non-mandatory standards that were not in compliance. Yet, DiPino feels they were in compliance. With some details as not notifying the school or the daycare centers when sexual offenders moved into the nearby neighborhoods, which is required by law. Instead, people were finding out through my Scoop pages. Sarasota Scoop. You have this ex-employee, Ron Rossinego. He was a 28-year enforcement vet that DiPino fired. He said that he would say we needed to do something for accreditation, and she would refuse. Rossinego described to the Herald about an incident when the chief stopped signing general orders and updates, a key requirement in the accreditation process. Soon, more than 50 unsigned orders piled up on her desk. Could he be a disgruntled employee? Possibly. DiPino elected to go with the approach of blaming the prior administration on June 17th, when she wrote the commission for the Florida Enforcement Accreditation. She said that what happened a couple years ago when one of the detectives left, and that was their responsibility, what we're finding is it wasn't passed on to the next person. Sounds like an issue with her ability to ensure the responsibilities were kept up with. So why is she blaming the prior administration? Then DiPino thought it made sense to avoid alerting the city commission on the decision to withdraw the department's accreditation. She did inform the city manager, Tom Barwin, though, and he didn't tell anybody, apparently. DiPino blamed the logic of not telling them on the fact that there was a 4th of July celebration. There were the boat races. We have the homeless issue. Yes, she threw that in there. And we had a shooting over on MLK. She said these are all priorities, which they possibly could have all been priorities. But wait a second. If she wrote the letter to the accreditation on June 17th, isn't that a couple weeks before the 4th of July and the boat races and everything? Come on, DiPino. DiPino stated that although it's voluntary, achievement of an accredited status demonstrates our commitment to our community, best practices, and it's our desire to reinstate the status as quickly as possible. Sure, after all the attention on how she dropped the ball on this issue, you would think she would say something like that. Why wasn't she thinking that prior to losing the accreditation, folks? That's the question out there. All right, this has been Frank with another live, unedited rogue rant. Everybody have a great day.